Hey guys, it's Chris Pre with SmartRealEstateCoach.com, and I want to go over a deal with you that's a little different only because this particular seller is about $18,000 in arrears, and on some smaller homes that would be daunting. This is a larger home, so let me go through some pros and cons here and tell you the probability of getting this done. Now, this is under agreement right now, but we didn't fill it yet, so you can ask me later what happened with this. Just use this code, 39 SRD. Okay? So here's the deal. This source was an expired that I called, okay, coincidentally, so it's not one that came from the VA. Doesn't mean anything, just means that on occasion, as you've seen in the other videos, I call on the expireds, or my son Nick does, or one of the team members do. So this gentleman called back. Okay. The issue is the mortgage is owed without the arrears is around $440,000. It's got a $3,000 payment. It's pretty hefty. That's a first and a second. Okay. The second's up to date. It's current. It's a couple $100. The other one's like $2,700 or $2,800, and it's like $17,800 in arrears. Let's say 18. Now, here's the key, guys. The home is on the market with us for $500. Okay? So there's about $50K profit there. The principal pay down on the first on this is pretty hefty too. It's about $800 right now. $800 a month. Now, this gentleman, for health reasons, is willing to deed the home over. I don't want to have him deed it over, certainly, until I can figure if we can do it, right? But the point is, we have this long term if we can fix it. And the long term is pretty cool because $800 a month is a pretty hefty pay down plus the 50 right here. So I'm not going to do the math on this one. I'm just going to talk about the arrears situation. We got a call the same week from a woman that was about a year behind, a year and a half. We get them a lot. On a smaller home, like a $200,000 home. Well, to make up $15,000 or $20,000 or $25,000 on a smaller home like that, you're talking about going out and finding a buyer that has a really strong 10% or more deposit. Chances aren't great, so I don't take it on because it's just going to suck up resources in the office. However, to pick up an $18,000 deposit on a $500,000 home is not even 5%, so I think it's doable. So we're in the market at $500. We've got a buyer now that looks like they have about 25 grand. Now, do I like that? It's okay. What would happen is it would allow us to pay off the arrears. The gentleman will be freed of his nightmare mortgage, and frankly, probably be in a better health position. So we'd feel good about that. And then we'd pocket the small difference, and then we'd go for the principal pay down, obviously, over the course of the next 3-5 years. So the point is real simple. We'll communicate with this buyer today, as recent as today, but what are we looking for really? We're looking for probably closer to 7% down, because that would be $35,000, and then it would be worth it for us to get involved, pay off the mortgage. But either way, I'm happy to do this for this seller because it would be a win-win, and whoever's coming into this beautiful home would be ecstatic. So when you get calls in the arrears, just be realistic with it. This is realistic, because our average deposit is 4 to 7. Our average deposit would take care of the arrears. That's easy. If you rely on getting a 10 or 15% deposit to pay off the arrears, I think it's too. It's not risky because you have no risk, but it's probably not morally and ethically great to promise to sell you can do it. Number one, and number two, it's going to suck up your resources, meaning your time or someone on your team's time. In my case, it would be myself, my son, our assistant. It's just not worth it. So I hope that helps you. And I also always draw your attention to the sources because I like the variety of sources. Have expireds being called by you, expireds by your VA, FSBOs by your VA, signs. Have all these things coming in so you're not relying upon one source. And if you look at the members section, if you're a member, and if you're not, you should be. If you look at the members section for the month ending, the month we just ended, September, you're going to see in here the numbers for the month and the year to date and get the sources of our deals. And you'll see that every month there's a huge variety in sources. And so again, my point of making sure you have variety, you're not relying on one source or one VA. Hope that helps, guys. Make it a great week.